Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a random episode of the Skylanders Trap Team Soul Seeker series here on the channel. I said that really quickly so we can hurry up and head out for one of the best levels in the game, Phoenix the Sanctuary. A nice change up of pace compared to what we previously had, given that I had to deal with two levels I'm not the largest fan of in the previous episode, that being both Know-It-All Island and the Midnight Museum. Man, talk about a stale double bill. Luckily, what Food Fight has here is fresh tomatoes and not rotten ones. I don't think rotten ones would be as effective in combat as these ones are. A bit like how a rotten film isn't as effective at earning money at the box office as a fresh one is. Because surprisingly enough, when people are paying $10 for a ticket, a movie ticket that is, they want to enjoy the movie. And when critics like the movie, other people also tend to like the movie. So saying that critic reviews and reception of the film doesn't hurt the box office of the film, trust me, it fucking does. The only exceptions are ones with really strong branding, like for example the Eternals from the MCU. Yes, it didn't do as particularly strong as other MCU films did. There are a number of factors there, not only the critical flop that the film was, but also due to obviously the pandemic that we've had to been dealing with since the year of 2020. So those pandemic numbers certainly didn't help the film out. But say it was critically a very rotten film. It didn't get good reviews, and not as many people saw it. I seem to be stuttering right now for some reason. Jurassic World Dominion has terrible reviews, and yet people are going to go see it anyway because it's a Jurassic World movie, and people like dinosaurs. Even though, ironically enough, the dinosaur part of Jurassic World Dominion is very lackluster. Like, you very rarely see them, and the main plot lines we focus on aren't even dinosaur related, and they have no tethering to one another. They're all from completely different genres. Like, the film is just an absolute mess, as they have managed to amalgamate the plot of 6 different movies and create what I call a Franken movie, where not a single part is fleshed out or well executed. Trying to execute 6 movies at once is terrible. Trying to execute a single film to perfection is where films strive. Less is more, especially in the art of film, and that's how film should be treated, because at the end of the day, film is an art form. That's how I conceive of it, but then again, I am a bit of a film buff, and I am very much one for the artsy-fartsy films, as people call them. Anyway, let's continue in moving forward. Unfortunately, we are very slow about the Robo Rage. So what we want right now is the Super Acorn thing in the top. Then we can be tapping that off. We've got right there. We can be giving it all tippity tap tap of tipperiness. Wow. So after this level, we'll have a Water Trapmaster to add to our current Seeked Out Souls selection, which means we will have access to 6 different Trapmaster elements. We only have 4 more remaining after this, and then we'll be able to access every single elemental gate in the game even. Undead is Chapter 7, Fire is Chapter 8, Magic is Chapter 14 for the very first Trapmasters of those particular elements anyway. And then there's another element that I'm missing. Whatever that is, I can insert it into the edit now.
Boomsticks! Welcome to the family reunion, Buzzerbeat.
Yes, welcome indeed. Unfortunately, we have a necessary deep to do right now that I'm incapable of skipping over, and it is very big, sad, and unfortunate.
Your Uncle Bert's team couldn't make it, but he sends his regards.
Well, that's unfortunate. Franken Uncle Bernstein, who does he think he is, missing for family reunion like that? Honestly, who does he think he is? Oh, it's the light. Light is the other element that we're missing, which is, ironically enough, the element we're going to be going for after I'm done with this level, because I want to unlock a light Skylander before going into Chapter 5. Well, actually, Chapter 5 has nothing to do with it. I want to unlock a light Skylander so that then we can go back to Chapter 1 and get that to 100% completion. And because we get a Water Trapmaster in this level, that being Snapshot, we'll be able to go back to level 1 and access the Water Elemental Gate from there. For Chapter 5 is a level which we're just going to speedrun through as much as possible. get it over and done with quickly, because we have to backtrack there regardless. We are going to do villain quest along the way first time though. But when we obviously do the backtrack, we can get that fire elemental gate, because like I said, the first fire elemental trap master comes in chapter 8. So after we unlock Wildfire and seek out his soul, we'll have to then backtrack to chapter 5 and get that sorted. Boom! And boom some more! Man, I feel sorry for this guy right now. He is being absolutely annihilated much. Die, 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 die! Thank you for dying, it's much appreciated.
Shrednut defeated.
So yeah, we can get, the villain we just defeated out of here. We can also get the trap out of here. I officially remembered to finally take that trap out of a trap slot.
Time to knuckle down.
Okay, you guys have got to go. It really is simple as that. Boom! Yeah, so many sparks that are going flying. Boom, baby. Yeah, if you guys have ever wondered what Annihilation looks like, it looks like this. Jawbreak is just such a beast. And this isn't the last we're going to see of him this level either. But let's skip over the unnecessary deep stew and get it out of here. And then when we get both the Undead and Magic Elemental Trap Masters, we can finally backtrack to Chompy Mountain, get that level sorted, and also complete, whilst we're at it, for good old Thingy-McBob. You know, for Chernobyl Villain Quest, which is the villain that we're actually going to defeat in this very level. So I'm just trying to path my way through the game in this Soul Seeker series to be as efficient as possible. You know, get through levels quickly when we can't 100% them, and then when we can 100% them, making sure we do all of the appropriate and necessary backtracking to ensure that we are successful in that. Boom! Those guys are down and out of here. Man, I think I know who's getting thumbnail privileges this episode. Food Fight is killing it! So is that pizza right now. That pizza is looking good. Can I bounce? Pretty please. Yes, I can. And Food Fight, you've always been looking green. You look at about as green as you always look. Anyway, Snapshot's soul hasn't been synced out just yet, so for now we're going to have to deal with a Food Fight this section. Which, you know what? I'm A-okay with that. Food Fight is still pretty much a beast, so he'll have no problems, and I have no doubt about him having said no problems whatsoever. And, you know, after that absolute annihilation of Shrednut right there, my faith is pretty much being confirmed. Now what we've got to do is we've got to destroy grappling hooks. Now we're not going to waste our ripe tomatoes on them, so we're just going to use our zucchini blast instead. Yeah, there you go, that got them all alright, and now we have more of our explosions! Oh, yes! Now that, my friends, is what good old-fashioned annihilation looks like. Boom, baby! Yeah, that's what I love to sing! Oh, that is what I love to see. Okay, more destruction. I'll tell you what is really annoying though. It's really annoying when you have a villain who, they have their villain quest in the exact same level as you fight them, but when you fight them much later on in the level and can't backtrack to their villain quest. Icewall has it in chapter 7, Coca-Cola has it in this level, which is why it came to mind suddenly inexplicably. That very specific case. Man, why aren't these fellas just died? It'd be very inconvenient. Ow, and now I'm taking hits to the face, which isn't much appreciated. Boom! We'll hit that guy back and we'll let the explosion take out the other one. Now that is what you call perfect spacing. So when I got hit by the bomb, that perfect spacing kind of got a little ruined. I tarnished for perfect spacing! The worst part is that I'm the one who did it. Yes, I'm the failure! Don't do it, don't even look at me. I'm a hideous monster! Okay, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration much. But without further ado, let's be heading into the darkness, where there is nowhere to hide. Not going to apologise to you about these awesome catchphrase puns. No apologies needed. Anyway, let's be jumping on over that gap right there, grabbing myself a key after I fell silent for a little bit too long right there. Out we pop, and now we have one chill bill to be absolutely annihilating. Once again, given the display of awesomeness that that Food Fight just put on for us all, I have no doubt that his showmanship will show through again, and this guy's about to be absolutely obliterated by yours truly. And by yours truly, I mean Food Fight himself, obviously. Who else would I mean? Yeah, this guy is so down, he's so out of here. He was like so 2 episodes ago, or was it 1? Was it 1 episode ago where we found his villain quest? Whatever episode it was where we found his villain quest, that's how many episodes ago he was. He is so outdated. Get this old man on the block out of here. Get him evicted. He doesn't even have an apartment here, and yet we're evicting him anyway. That makes complete and logical sense.
Chill Bill defeated.
Yes, Chill Bill is defeated. Congratulations, noticing game. I'm sure you're proud of yourself on that one. But yeah, rather than after this tackle on Sunscraper Spire, like I said I originally would, we'll leave that until a little bit later on, so that then I obviously can get Nightlight, we can go all the way back to Chapter 1, get that to 100%, and then we can go back to Chapter 5 and get that to 100%, and we can do both of those in quick succession. Instead we'll speed run through Chapters 5, and then 6 we should be able to 100%. We'll have all of the villain quests except for I5s. We'll have, more importantly, this here super nut thing with Bob, which we need, first of all, for this section. Oh yeah! We're going to leave that alone for now, because then what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves yet another nut, which is just miraculously fallen from God knows where. And say then we'll tackle Chapter 6, which we can't actually 100%. I forgot about the Undead Gates. We'll probably just speedrun through that level and still proceed to do the villain quest regardless. Chapter 7, we'll unlock Crypt King and seek out a soul before the Undead Gate there, so we'll be able to 100% that one. And then obviously we'll go through Chapter 8, seek out Wildfire's soul. Then we'll go back to Sunscraper Spire, get Nightlight's soul all seeked out, and then we can backtrack to level 1 and level 5 to get those to 100%. Yeah, that's definitely an effective plan. I like this plan, dare I even go as far to say. I reckon it's an Aloy tier plan. We'll do it that way instead. I just love changing my mind last minute. Ooh, villain is stronger here, which means we get to switch out for a little bit of blackout action. Let me just quickly get him from my shelf. There we go. We'll play with Blackout rather than Nightlight. Not because I fear Nightlight's life. Nightlight can definitely tackle this section, but just because I felt like playing as Blackout. Blackout's perfectly fun, so why the heck not play as him, right? Yeah, there you go. There's those melee attacks I talked about earlier and how awesome they are. Hey, you hit me! That was awfully rude, old chap. He's hitting me again! You gotta stop that! I'm gonna die! I'm gonna pull off a Stuified and die in Chapter 4. Oh, never mind, I'm fine. But I was kind of awfully close, one has to admit. Without further ado, let's seek out the soul of Snapshot. Hell to the yes! We now have both stop pack characters in this game, which is about as good as you get. I mean, after you preview Snapshot, it's just a shard act to follow. Any previews coming after this one are just going to be so unbelievably inferior. Yeah. And now, let us be grabbing sea gold. Let us be grabbing sea gold. Man, that kind of voice work is most certainly not necessary, and yet I'm doing it anyway. Some words for the mighty tough work. Deal with it. Okay, now here we go with even more treasure.
A dragon's key.
Yeah, we love ourselves some of the treasure. Anyway, the next thing we need to do is we need to weigh down this cage as well, so that we can gain access to Nicholas. There you go, Nicholas Cage. Or an egg. Not quite as awesome as Nicholas Cage, but I suppose we'll have to take it. You see, Nicolas Cage is everywhere. Not only is he in, like, literally every single film ever made, it feels like, but now he's even making his way into my YouTube videos, of all things. Nicolas Cage truly is a man who really does get around, you know? Anyway, we're not bothering switching up because there are no enemies here, so the elemental changes really make no difference. What we're doing instead here is we're going to head back on up. Do the same over here. Yeah, fantastic. And then once we head back down here where there is no element that's even active, except for the fact that we're going to need a combination of both Snapshot and Tussle Sprout. So yeah, it certainly is a good thing we seeked out this guy's soul earlier now, isn't it? I would call it a good thing if you were to ask me. And there he is, good old Tussle Sprout. But we don't need him. What we need is the Water Trapmaster, that being Snapshot. So in we pop for the Rainflower Grotto. Awesome name for an area. What's not so awesome is the area itself. This is about as basic and bare bones as an Elemental Gate gets. Like, this is optional content. This is content that you technically have to pay for. You don't get it with a base game. And yet, this is how they reward your purchase. Luckily, it's just a water gate, and you get a water Trapmaster in the starter pack. But if this was any other element, it would be so much of a piss take to ask for you to purposefully have to go out and get a Trapmaster to access the Elemental Gate. And then when you access the Elemental Gate, it has no substance to the content whatsoever. Like, sure, I'm not a very large fan of the Magic Trapmasters, but the Elemental Gates they unlock are fucking sick. All of them. Like, they all have their own unique magical gimmicks and all that. They're insanely well done for Magic Elemental Gates in this game. And by that I mean the design on them. They are very good. But enough gushing over for Magic Elemental Gates in this game. We have Arabo, son of Larbo, child of Barbo, spawn of... Well, he didn't exactly get that far.
Now, would you be so kind as to pledge yourself right in this very spot?
Fine, I guess I could be so kind as to do exactly just that. I'm gonna make one hell of an ugly bridge, but I'll do it, Arbo, just for you.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that there, Moana edit. Moana edit's always the greatest. But like I said, that is one hell of an ugly bridge. It almost looks like a glitched out bridge, but I'm pretty sure the developers intended for it to look this way. I mean, it is a Tussle Sprout bridge. Anyway, I was about to say we can get rid of Tussle Sprout, but here I am to get it. There's a villain stash over here that we need him to open up for us. But once that is done with, then and only then can we swap back to our Trapmaster. And here I am realising that there was some... Oh, whoops, I accidentally took Snapshot for Portal there. Oh, well, we might as well switch out for Gusto then, because the Air Elemental Gate is popping up. It looks like Snapshot's time of portal is going to be short-lived, but still. There is a sneaky enemy wanting to ambush you by hiding behind the villain stash. He wasn't very successful at it. The only thing he managed to ambush was the fact that, oh shit! was the fact that, oh shit, yeah, that's exactly how the sentence was meant to go. And what I meant to say was that the only thing he successfully ambushed was the fact that I took off the Trapmaster off from the villain. Mainly because I engaged panic mode, as villains aren't allowed to fight other villains. Villains can only be used to access their villain quests and their villain stashes, but otherwise a villain can't be used, especially not in combat, because that's cheating! And I don't want to be dirty rotten cheater, so yeah, I tried to avoid that at all costs and accidentally wound up taking Snapshot out of the portal rather than the trap. Anyway, we need our bridge right now. Fantastic. And I said, oh shit, earlier. I kind of seemed distracted by something. As you can tell, when I walk through the gold, I don't seem to collect it. And that is a common glitch. It turns out that in this game, whenever you open up a villain stash, it might work with regular chests as well. I'm not entirely sure. But whilst we're previewing Funny Bone, basically what happens is that if you switch out your Skylander during the animation of a chest being opened, then all treasure in the level becomes intangible and you just walk straight through it. The value isn't added to your treasure count. You do not grab the treasure. And that happens throughout the rest of the level, I believe. It might be reset by going through doors. We're about to find out, because obviously going through that door, it blacked out because it was a loading screen, and that might form as kind of like a reset, so any current glitches might be reset from that. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that if you switch out your SCADA during an animation of a chest being opened, then it just makes all gold intangible and completely uncollectible. And I keep saying gold like that's the only form of treasure you get. It's treasure, not just necessarily gold. And I still seem to be phasing straight through it, so it appears the glitch is level wide. It isn't reset by opening doors or switching between your villain and SCADA constantly. It's not even fixed by killing off your SCADA, I don't think. The only way it's fixed is when, obviously, we load the academy back up. Oh shit, I forgot for the lever. Whoopsie, mistakes were made. Yeah, it's a shame because now all of the treasure remaining in this level is going to go to waste, all because I accidentally switched out Snapshot my portal rather than Tussle Sprout. Mistakes were made. Okay, there we go, that's finally sorted at long last. I'm going to quickly check the other side, make sure there's no other levers I'm missing, because knowing my luck that would be exactly the case. But it doesn't seem to be that way, so we should be good. You'd hope so anyway. Sometimes being good is too much to ask for. Ah, there's a bounce pad. We didn't see it in the cutscene, so that's what confused me about it. So let's continue to head forward. Luckily, what we get from this section is one really cool hat, so I can't wait to dedicate the rest of this episode to the hat. I keep destroying the crates and running through the treasure, expecting to grab it, and, you know, all of this is in the process of me having forgotten that I literally just glitched out the game. Typical trap team, am I right? Without further ado, there is the really cool hat I was talking about. It's cool because it's a propeller hat, and you can actually see it like phase through a boomerang. This is Jawbreaker's fist phasing through Tessa's head all over again. The collision in this game is an absolute fucking joke, and you know what? I kind of love it. I think casually, it's pretty brilliant. Anyway, it's pretty lucky how, well, taking damage from the shoulder wasn't lucky, but it's lucky how you don't actually need to collect treasure from stuff like treasure chests in order for them to count towards the objective, because if you needed to collect the treasure as well as just open the chest, we'd be screwed with this kind of glitch, because obviously we can't collect treasure. But luckily all we need to do to check off the objective is open up the chest, and we'll do just fine. Speaking of being just fine, we now have Jawbreaker to obliterate enemies some more, because clearly they haven't been through enough already. Man, I'm about to feel very sorry for them, as well as myself, because I have the torture of having to play through this section with Jawbreaker rather than Gear Shift. And I'm so used to playing through this section as Gear Shift, as that's what I had to do for the Skylanders Trap Team Trapmaster Nightmare Lord France Edition. Man, I have said that title so many times at this point. Anyway, they're all punched up, so without further ado, let's open up the chest and complete our final objective, I believe that was. I mean, sure, there was Cuckoo Clocker's quest back there, but I don't think he gives you any collectibles. Which is why I say this should be 100%, with the exception of that villain quest, and obviously the upcoming 4th star. Oh wow, everything just got absolutely annihilated. I'd love to see it. And hey! This treasure is no longer going to waste, as Jawbreaker is maxed out. That's fantastic. Boom! Take that, you stinking trolls. Oh, never mind, we can collect the treasure now. Yeah, I thought we collected treasure earlier, but I was worried I was seeing things, but it turns out I wasn't seeing things. We can collect treasure now, so it appears that the glitch is reset by switching out your SCADAs. Didn't know that. I thought the glitch lasted throughout the entirety of the level. Huh. The more you know. So say that glitch activated by switching out your SCADA when you're in the middle of a chest opening animation. Fixed by switching out your SCADA. Boom, baby, they're so out of here. Those trolls are like so 2014. Okay, cool, we're gonna get him out of here. I could really be doing some food right about now. Kind of tanked a few too many hits earlier, and now my health is not looking so good because of it. Okay, we've got to be careful of all of the bombs that are being lobbed at us by the lob goblins. Like those ones, for example. But luckily we got ourselves a delicious piece of pretzel right there, so we healed up at least a little chunk, mind you. Which is fan-freaking-tastic. What's also fan-freaking-tastic is this soul gem we're about to use. Oh, hell yeah. Boom! Okay, let's take out the broccoli eye who's annoying me. And now, literally everything's been obliterated, and we are going to jump on top of the chickens after taking damage beforehand, and we're going to bring out our hypercharged haymaker! Yeah, get one shot! Oh boy, I feel like One Punch Man right now, because that's what Jawbreaker is! One punch, and you're dead! Night-night, lights out. Simple as that. I even got a critical hit, like you even need a critical hit on that move.
This Skylander got a bit of fight in them.
Yeah, of course I do. I'm a boxer. I'm bred for the fight. I gotta not only be able to dish out a bunch of hits, but I gotta be able to take him too, and that's what makes Jawbreaker so strong. Not being able to dish out a hit, but being able to take one as well. You know, that's the true measuring of an athlete. Not how hard he can hit, but how hard he can get hit. And yes, that was a rocket quote. Aren't rocket quotes just the simple greatest thing of all time in history? Yes, they are. That was a rhetorical question.
Cuckoo Clocker.
Cuckoo! Oh, he's going down. Wow, that guy was still alive. Die. We're getting him slowly but surely, we are. And now we're getting him even more quickly. Not slowly but surely, no more now, is it? No, this is fine. We'll just attack that hit and finish him off.
Cuckoo Clocker defeated.
Yeah, that's Cuckoo Clocker defeated, alright. Anyway, we're not going to trap him, but we are going to move on with 300 bounty and axe. And there he is, Cuckoo Clocker himself. We saved the Phoenix Chicken. And we also got to skip over an SO Deep Stew by pressing the best button of a video game. Ah, so much glory. But this is where, unfortunately, the glory comes to an end. We missed an area? Where the fuck did we miss an area? That is Trap Team in a nutshell right there. You miss areas you didn't even realise about. But when we come back here to do Cuckoo Clocker's villain quest, we'll be sure to access said level so that then we can get that missing middle star. But for now, we're going to rank up, we're going to open up our presents at the academy, and then we're going to conclude the episode where we stand. Ooh, present. I went for present. I got the present. And the present is a glorious bubble blower thingy-McBob. We will take it, but we won't wear it. Now, without further ado, let us roll that outro with sparks are flying. But what can I say? I got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire. Not anymore, because the spark's been extinguished. But there you go. If there's ever a perfect way to end off a video, it's the same way as you started it in the first place. Because that's a very effective technique known as drawing a full circle. But enough of my rambling. Let's get on with the outro without further ado.
With that being said and done, this video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. By merely clicking on this video, you've shown support and helped it garner recognition so it can reach many other viewers here on YouTube. I'd love to see you take the extra step and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Also be sure to comment below and push that subscribe button whilst you're down there. By clicking elsewhere on screen, you can either check out a video that's specifically picked out for you, or you can check out the rest of the playlist for the series you just watched. Before ending off, I'd like to thank all of my Blazing Knights and Scorching Dragons whose support helped make these videos possible. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and until the moment arises, peace!